Good evening. It's great to see all of you here tonight. To begin with, can I get a show of hands on how many of you guys like to color? Oh, okay, most of you? Well, that is absolutely awesome because what I'm actually going to talk to you tonight about is coloring for adults and the benefits it can have on our emotional well-being. What once was an activity that occupied our children and grandchildren for hours has now resurfaced as a stress and anxiety reliever for adults. Studies have actually shown that there are many benefits to coloring, and older adults are now reaping those benefits. These benefits including your brain experiences relief and is actually thrown into a meditative state when you're coloring. You're able to focus on only creating a beautiful work of art that you could actually give to your children or your grandchildren. Anxiety and stress levels have shown to be lowered by the calming effect of coloring. For most of us over the years, and especially when we were children, we just loved to color. It's been proven that when the brain focuses on a simple activity such as coloring, it tends to relax us to a significant degree. According to Piedmont Healthcare highlights, as you relax, your brain lowers activity in the amygdala, which is responsible for our fight or flight stress response that can lead to inflammation throughout our entire bodies. As you take in the positivity of coloring, you're able to release negative energy that you might be harboring as you achieve a state of mindfulness where nothing else matters but what you're coloring. There have even been claims that coloring could actually be considered as a form of meditation. During meditation, the human brain enters a relaxed state by focusing on the present and blocking out all of the distractions, stress, and worries that we have just with life in general. Coloring is also very good for maintaining your hand-to-eye coordination. As we age, we tend to lose some of our hand-to-eye coordination, and as we were taught as kids, staying in between the lines sometimes becomes very difficult as our eyesight declines and our hand coordination. Coloring brings out the inner child in us, so staying in the lines becomes fun again. It reminds us of our youth when life was uncomplicated and allows us to totally relax and enjoy ourselves. It is a wonderful hobby and pastime that can be taken with you anywhere you go. You can color while traveling in a vehicle, unless of course you get motion sickness. You can do it in a plane, in a recreation area, in the privacy of your own bedroom. You can basically take a coloring book and some matte pencils anywhere you go. Dr. B of the Cleveland Clinic explains that adult coloring requires modest attention focused outside of self-awareness. That is a simple activity that takes us outside of ourselves, kind of in the way that some of us used to cut our lawns, knit, or take a Sunday drive. These are all things that can be relaxing to us. Coloring is another one of these things. By removing ourselves as the focal point for our thoughts, we become immersed in the moment and only focus on what we're doing. When this is accomplished, coloring becomes very much like a meditative exercise, is what Dr. B says. Coloring books for adults are not typical anymore, not like The Little Mermaid or Batman. These aren't the type of coloring books that we're talking about. The coloring books we're talking about are made with a higher grade of paper, a wider selection of themes. In fact, my mom and I recently bought my grandfather, who is a retired Baptist preacher, some Christian and Bible-themed coloring books at the local Mardells. Great thing for him. He is 94 years old with dementia, but he still loves to color. We do this as a daily exercise for him, and it will keep his attention for at least an hour or two, which is really good for someone with dementia. I also work as a nurse in a critical care unit at a local hospital, and I've actually had several patients whose family members have brought them adult coloring books, even have one of them give me a picture that she had colored because she appreciated the care that I had given to her. As we age, many of us deal with a new onset of depression or other emotional or health issues. Coloring has been shown to help patients deal with these emotions by expressing themselves through their artwork. Many psychologists and therapists are even suggesting coloring as a form of therapy to their patients. It has been shown to reduce the signs and symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder as well. In closing, the most beautiful aspect of coloring is that it requires little to no skill level, and anyone can be considered a great artist at an expert level for something that we've all done most of our lives. So my suggestion to each of you would be color your hearts out. Go out there and grab a coloring book, because coloring isn't just for kids anymore. My name is Tracy Avila, and thank you guys for letting me come speak with you tonight. I also did bring a coloring book here just so you guys could see an example. This can be found at your local craft store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, anywhere. Have your family go out and get you a book like this. I think you'll definitely see a difference and reach out to your youthful childhood. Thank you.